As curious travelers, we're often drawn to the mysterious and off-limits, but there are some places in the world that remain strictly forbidden, no matter how adventurous we are. Number 1. Lascaux Caves, France. One of the most fascinating forbidden places in the world is the Lascaux Caves in France. Discovered in 1940, these caves are home to some of the most remarkable prehistoric cave paintings ever found, dating back over 17,000 years. The artwork, created by early humans, depicts animals like horses, deer, and bulls with stunning detail and vivid color. For decades, the caves attracted visitors from around the globe, but by the 1960s, exposure to light, carbon dioxide, and bacteria from human breath began to damage the delicate paintings. In order to preserve this priceless piece of human history, the French government permanently closed the original caves to the public. Today, only a handful of scientists are allowed inside under strict conditions, while tourists can explore a carefully crafted replica nearby. Number 2. Maya Bay, Thailand. Maya Bay in Thailand is a breathtaking tropical paradise that gained worldwide fame after being featured in the 2000 film The Beach, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Located on the island of Koh Phi Phi Lay, its crystal-clear waters and dramatic limestone cliffs made it a bucket list destination for travelers around the globe. However, the explosion of tourism took a heavy toll on the fragile ecosystem, especially the coral reefs, which were severely damaged by boat anchors and pollution. In 2018, Thai authorities made the bold decision to close Maya Bay indefinitely to allow nature to heal. While the bay reopened in 2022, with strict visitor limits and no swim zones, large parts remain off-limits to protect the recovering marine life. Number 3. Grand Shrine of Ise, Japan. The Grand Shrine of Ise in Japan is one of the most sacred and mysterious religious sites in the country, and it's almost entirely off-limits to the public. Dedicated to Amaterasu, the sun goddess and legendary ancestor of the Japanese imperial family, the shrine has been a spiritual center for over 2,000 years. What makes it even more unique is that the main shrine buildings are torn down and rebuilt every 20 years as part of a Shinto tradition called Shikinen Sengu, symbolizing renewal and the impermanence of life. While millions of people visit the outer areas of the Ise Shrine complex each year, access to the inner sanctum is strictly restricted. Only members of the Japanese imperial family and high-ranking Shinto priests are allowed inside the sacred inner grounds. For the rest of us, the shrine remains a place of quiet reverence, beautiful, ancient, and forever just out of reach. Number 4. Morgan Island, USA. Morgan Island, located off the coast of South Carolina, is one of the most intriguing forbidden places in the United States, and it's inhabited by over 4,000 rhesus monkeys. Often called Monkey Island, this uninhabited stretch of land is owned by the U.S. government and used for scientific research. The monkeys were relocated there from Puerto Rico in the 1970s after concerns about contamination and overpopulation. While the animals roam freely in the wild, the island is strictly off-limits to the public to protect both the monkeys and human visitors from potential disease transmission. The research is overseen by the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, and only authorized scientists are permitted on the island under tightly controlled conditions. For most people, Morgan Island remains a wild and mysterious place, one where nature, science, and secrecy quietly coexist. Number 5. Uluru, Australia. Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock, is one of Australia's most iconic natural landmarks and holds deep cultural and spiritual significance for the Anangu people, the traditional Aboriginal owners of the land. Rising dramatically from the Red Desert in the Northern Territory, Uluru has long attracted tourists eager to climb its massive sandstone formation. However, for the Anangu, Uluru is a sacred site, and climbing it is considered deeply disrespectful. After decades of requests from the indigenous community, the Australian government officially banned climbing Uluru in October 2019. Today, while visitors are still welcome to explore the surrounding area and learn about the rich Aboriginal culture and history, access to the summit is permanently prohibited. Number 6. North Sentinel Island, Bay of Bengal. North Sentinel Island, located in the Bay of Bengal, is one of the most forbidden and mysterious places on Earth. Home to the Sentinelese people, one of the last uncontacted tribes in the world, The island is completely off-limits to outsiders. The Sentinelese have resisted all attempts at contact for centuries, often responding with hostility to anyone who approaches. In order to protect their way of life and prevent the spread of disease to which they have no immunity, the Indian government has enforced a strict exclusion zone around the island. No travel, no photography, and no interaction are allowed. Violating these rules is not only illegal, but also extremely dangerous. The tragic death of an American missionary in 2018 underscored the risks of trying to make contact. North Sentinel Island remains untouched by modern civilization, a place frozen in time, fiercely protected by its inhabitants and shielded by law. Number 7. Pravit Gabbrana, Czech Republic. Pravit Gabbrana, located in the Bohemian Switzerland National Park in the Czech Republic, is the largest natural sandstone arch in Europe and a breathtaking symbol of the region's unique landscape. Its stunning formation has drawn hikers, photographers, and nature lovers for centuries. However, while visitors can still admire the arch from nearby trails and designated viewpoints, walking directly on the arch itself has been strictly prohibited since 1982. The ban was put in place to preserve the fragile sandstone structure, which is slowly being worn down by natural erosion. Any additional stress from foot traffic could accelerate its deterioration or even lead to collapse. Today, the arch remains a protected natural wonder, beautiful and awe-inspiring, but off-limits to preserve its legacy for future generations. Number 8. Hart Island, Australia. Hart Island, a remote Australian territory located in the southern Indian Ocean, is one of the most isolated and forbidden places on the planet. Situated about 2,500 miles southwest of Perth, the island is home to rugged glaciers, volcanic peaks, including the active Mawson Peak, and a fragile ecosystem teeming with seals, penguins, and rare bird species. Its extreme remoteness, harsh weather conditions, and lack of infrastructure make it nearly impossible for casual visitors to reach. Moreover, Hart Island is a strictly protected nature reserve under Australian law, and access is heavily restricted to preserve its pristine environment. Only scientists with government approval conducting vital research are allowed to visit, and even then, expeditions are rare and challenging. As one of the last truly untouched places on Earth, Hart Island stands as a powerful reminder of nature's raw, untamed beauty, and humanity's responsibility to protect it. Number 9. Snake Island, Brazil. Snake Island, officially known as Ilha da Queimada Grande, is one of the most dangerous and forbidden places in the world, and for good reason. Located about 25 miles off the coast of São Paulo, Brazil, the island is home to thousands of golden lancehead vipers, one of the deadliest snake species on Earth. These snakes are so venomous that a single bite can kill a human in under an hour, and there's no medical facility on the island to provide treatment. Due to the extreme danger, the Brazilian government has banned all public access to the island. Only a few select scientists and researchers, under strict permission and safety protocols, are allowed to land there for the purpose of studying the snakes and preserving their habitat. Number 10. Certi Island, Iceland. Certi Island, located off the southern coast of Iceland, is one of the youngest islands on Earth, formed by a volcanic eruption that began beneath the sea in 1963 and lasted until 1967. This dramatic geological event gave scientists a rare opportunity to study the birth of an island and the gradual colonization of life on a completely new landmass. Because of its immense scientific value, Certi has been declared a protected nature reserve, and access is strictly limited. Only a small number of specially authorized researchers are allowed to set foot on the island, and strict protocols are in place to prevent contamination from outside plant seeds, microbes, or human impact. Tourists and the general public are completely banned to preserve its pristine, untouched ecosystem. Number 11. Nihow Island, USA. Nihow Island, often called the Forbidden Island, is one of the most secluded and mysterious places in the United States. Located just off the coast of Kauai in Hawaii, Nihow is privately owned and has been largely closed to outsiders since 1864, when it was purchased by the Sinclair family. Today, only native Hawaiian residents, invited guests, and U.S. Navy personnel, on rare occasions, are allowed access. The island has no paved roads, stores, or internet, and residents live a traditional lifestyle, speaking the Hawaiian language and relying on subsistence living. The restriction is meant to preserve the island's culture, environment, and way of life, free from modern interference. For most people, Nihow remains a place of legend, close in distance but worlds away, where Hawaii's past is still very much alive and protected from the outside world. Number 12. Hart Reef, Australia. Hart Reef, located in Australia's Great Barrier Reef, is a stunning natural coral formation perfectly shaped like a heart, so perfect in fact that it has become a symbol of love and a popular image in travel promotions. However, despite its fame, Hart Reef is strictly off-limits to visitors who wish to swim, snorkel, or dive near it. To protect the delicate coral structure from damage, the Australian government has prohibited direct access to the reef. Tourists can only view it from the air via scenic helicopter or seaplane tours, which offer breathtaking views without disturbing the fragile marine environment. This careful restriction ensures that Hart Reef remains intact for future generations, preserving its beauty as one of nature's most romantic and untouched masterpieces.